students. So today we are going to start a physics chapter that is motion. Okay, so as you have already studied, motion is not at all a new chapter for you since you have already studied in 8th standard also, right? So now we shall see the definition as well as some basic types of motion in a small video clip. Okay, so it's very interesting. Go through it.
Body is moving, it's described as motion. That's all. In slightly more technical words, motion is defined as a change in the position of a body with time. Yes, change in the position with time. For example, when an object is moving from point A to point B, it's changing its position with time. We saw that the time is also changing along with the position. So it is undergoing motion. What are the types of motion that we had studied previously? We have seen 4 types of motion. The simplest of all is the rectilinear motion. It is the motion of a body in a straight line. The example that we saw earlier is of a rectilinear motion. Object is moving in a straight line from A to B. There is another type of motion called the circular motion. What can this type of motion be? It is the motion of a body along the circumference of a circle. Example: motion of the earth around the sun is an example of circular motion. The third type of motion that we saw is a rotational motion. It is the motion of a body around a fixed axis which is passing through the object. This is important. The axis has to pass through the object. Example of rotational motion is a ceiling fan rotating along its axle. So you see that if I draw a hypothetical line called the axis of rotation, then it's passing through the fan. And the final type of motion is a periodic motion, which is the motion that repeats itself in equal intervals of time. Can you think of any example of this type of motion? Any object repeating its motion in equal intervals of time will be undergoing periodic motion. Assume an object is moving in circles and is covering each round every 3 seconds. Is it performing a periodic motion? Absolutely. Since it's repeating its motion along the same path every 3 seconds, it is undergoing periodic motion. But wait a moment. This object is moving along the circumference of a circle. So it is also undergoing circular motion. So what can you conclude from this example? We can say that an object can undergo more than one type of motion at the same time. Here are the few of the examples of...
Okay, so you have seen the definition of motion as well as its basic types. Okay, so those types are not there in your textbook, students. Whatever that rectilinear motion, circular motion and all you have seen, no, that is not there in your textbook. Those are some basic knowledge. Okay, it's a general knowledge for you. Now coming to the main 2 types of motion, that is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Okay, so uniform motion means object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. Okay, object covering equal distance in equal interval of time. So it means the distance covered by a vehicle as well as the time taken between them, those distance as well as time is one and the same. Okay, so if distance as well as the time are equal, both are equal, then that particular type of a motion is called as uniform motion. Okay, what is uniform motion? Object covering equal distance in equal interval of time, that is called uniform motion. Now the second type of motion is non-uniform motion. So non-uniform motion means object covers equal distance in unequal interval of time. Okay, that is a major difference you can see. Object covering equal distance with unequal interval. Here, distance as well as the time does not match each other. But in uniform motion, the time as well as distance are equal to one another. But here in non-uniform, distance as well as time are unequal. They are not equal to each other. So these are the two main these are the 2 main types of motion. So next we'll move on to the concept of speed. Okay, so what is the speed? Usually this speed word we use in our day-to-day life. If a person is traveling in a vehicle, then we say that don't go very speed, go slow. We say that, right? So now let us see what is this speed. Okay, so speed means it is a distance traveled by an object in a unit time. Okay, distance traveled by an object. Okay, let us consider bus. Okay, bus is traveling from one place to another place at certain time interval, right? So now let us take that. Now the bus is in the Surathkal bus stop. Okay, bus is in the position of rest in Surathkal bus stop. Okay, now after 5 minutes, we can consider that bus has been changed its position from Surathkal to Kulai. You are getting? Before 5 minutes the bus was in Surathkal bus stop. After 5 minutes the bus reached to the Kulai stop. So it means there the speed covered. Okay, the bus has been travelled from Surathkal to Kulai. So it means when the bus is travelling from Surathkal to Kulai, it takes certain time. That is termed as speed. Okay, so speed is nothing but distance travelled by an object in unit time. Okay, and the SI unit of speed is meter per second. Okay, that M stands for meter and this is second. Okay, now here speed is given up by the formula distance travelled divided by time taken. Okay, what is the formula for speed? Speed is equal to distance travelled by time taken, and this is the expansion given, but usually you have a formula like V is equal to S by T. Okay, V is equal to S by T, where V stands for speed, S stands for distance travelled, and T stands for time taken. Now we shall come to the next concept, that is the displacement. Okay, wherein speed and displacement are very closely related to one another, but there is a slight change. Okay, here rate of change of position of an object takes place. Okay, here the time taken is included as much in speed, but wherein in displacement position of the object matters. Okay, here rate of change of position of an object at a unit time. Okay, at certain time interval that particular object is keep on changing its position, like how I told for the example for the speed. Similarly I can take example for displacement also. Now see students, for 5 minutes the bus can travel from Surathkal to Kulai, then next 5 minutes it can travel from Kulai to Panambur, right? So it will keep on changing its position for every 5 minutes, right? So that particular thing is called displacement. Okay, rate of change of position of an object. Okay, rate of change of position of an object at a unit time is called as displacement. Now SI unit of displacement is same as meter per second, as how it was there in speed. The SI unit remains the same for speed as well as displacement. Next we'll move on to the concept of velocity. Okay, so velocity means rate of change of displacement of an object. This is a continuation of displacement. Okay, rate of change of displacement of an object at a certain time interval is termed as velocity. Okay, what is velocity? Rate of change of displacement. What is velocity? Rate of change of displacement of an object at a certain time is called as velocity. Now, SI unit of velocity is same way as the speed and displacement has the same SI unit. Similarly, velocity is also having a similar SI unit as speed and displacement. Okay, it's meter per second, M bar S. So, meter per second. Now, coming to the concept of acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. Okay, what is velocity? Rate of change of displacement. What is acceleration? Rate of change of velocity. See students, this concept is bit confusing, but if you go through it very neatly and so that you can answer very confidently if it comes for the exam. Okay, and this is very important question also you need to remember. First thing is you need to remember all the SI units. SI unit of speed, SI unit of displacement, SI unit of velocity and SI unit of acceleration is very important. Okay, and sometimes they'll ask the difference between each other also. Okay, so if you just take it down in your book, it's well and good. Whatever I am writing on the board, if you just take it down, then it's good. Okay, so listen now. Acceleration is rate of change of velocity. Okay, it's SI unit is meter per second square. So now, because of the concept of motion, 3 different formulas have been arrived. Okay, you can see those 3 formulas wherein problems of these concepts have been deleted, but the formula is very important. Okay, even though problems have been deleted, actually these formulas would be useful if you solve the problems. But here in this case, what happens is problems have been deleted, but formulas they might ask it for either for 1 mark or either like this expansion they'll ask. Okay, so I wanted to tell you about these formulas. So now the first formula is V is equal to U plus AT. This is the first formula. Where you use this formula is in case of final velocity, you use this formula. That is V is equal to U plus AT. Okay, now here this V stands for final velocity. V stands for final velocity and U stands for initial velocity. Okay, so hope you are having doubt now. What is initial velocity and what is final velocity? So initial velocity means, now see, if you are having a bike, okay, if you are having a bike, now you are going to start a bike. Whatever the velocity when you are going to start a bike, that particular velocity is initial velocity. Got it? Whatever the substance or whatever the object is going to begin from its position of rest, whatever the velocity gained when it is going to be started, that is called initial velocity. Now what is this final velocity? When it is going to reach its destination, what velocity will be there in it? That is final velocity. Okay, initial velocity in simple words, in Kannada if I want to tell, start ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಗಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಇರುವಂತ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಯಾವುದು? ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಈಗ ಗಾಡಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಂಥ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಾದರೆ ಆ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, ಗಾಡಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸುವಾಗ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸುವಾಗ ಇರುವ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಯಾವುದು? ಫೈನಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೋಪ್ ನೌ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ and final velocity. Now here A means acceleration and T stands for time taken. So this is the first formula. Okay, so coming to the second formula, S is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, here S stands for distance traveled by an object. Okay, S stands for distance traveled by an object and U is similarly like the first one. U is initial velocity, T is time taken and half is a numerical term, A is acceleration. Okay, so these are the expansion of second formula. Now coming to the third formula, here nothing special in this. V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. V means final velocity, U is initial velocity and A is acceleration as well as S is distance traveled. Okay, so formula ಕಲಿಯೋದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿಷಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ವಿಷಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಡೌನ್. Okay, what is V, what is U, what is A, what is T as well as what is S. ಬರೀ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬುಕ್ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಆಯ್ತಾ? So these 3 are very important equations. So this is the last concept of the chapter motion, that is uniform circular motion. Now when object moves in circular path, okay, can you see the circular path here? So when object moves in a circular path with a uniform speed means what? Same speed without fluctuating, without going either to 60 once, neither to 80 once and again coming back to 40, not like that. Uniform speed means 40 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದಾದ್ರೆ 40 ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗೋದು, 80 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದಾದ್ರೆ 80 ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್, its motion is called as uniform circular motion. Okay, yeah, this is the circular path. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು? this is a bus. Okay, bus ತರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ರೂ bus, mini bus. Okay, so bus is traveling through the circular path with which speed? With the same speed. Same speed we call it as uniform speed. Okay, so when this bus is traveling through circular path with uniform speed, that particular motion we call it as uniform circular motion. Now we have a formula for uniform circular motion, that is V is equal to 2 pi r divided by t, where 2 pi is a mathematical constant and r is what? R is the radius of the circle. What is radius? The distance between the center to the outermost boundary of the circle is known as radius. Hope you have studied in mathematics, right? So the distance between the center to the boundary, that is radius. Radius is taken as r divided by time taken by this minibus to travel from position A and again it comes back to A. So time taken by this bus to go through this path one round, that is T. Okay, so this is a concept of uniform circular motion. Here ends the lesson motion.